Good evening. It is Friday, December 19th. It is currently 8:32 in the evening, and it is time to get to work. Friday, big Friday. It is a little wet. It's raining, kind of misty, cold night, so we'll see what happens. Why did my screen go off here? God, I hate when that happens. Did my camera turn off? Yeah. All right, well, let me turn this back on so you can see what's going on. All right, so now you can see the screen of my phone. So let's do this. Let's turn these on because then the screen won't go off. But anyway, there's been some pretty good activity, heat stuff on the old map and everything, especially downtown. So I think it might be a pretty decent night, and the airport activity looks to be good, and I'm expecting the airport activity to be pretty good tonight. I do have a reservation tonight, or actually tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. So that's what I'm going to do to close out my night. I'm going to do that reservation, and then I'm going to be done. And that is going from somewhere down in Sacramento, downtown, something like that, out to the airport. So that's how I'm going to wrap up my night. I've had that reservation for like a week. And I was debating whether or not I would go out at like midnight tonight and drive through the early morning hours and have that reservation, or if I would go out tonight and just close out. I decided I would just go out tonight, close my night out with that. So that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do. Other than that, yeah, I don't know what else is going on. There's not much activity as far as concerts or games or anything like that, so I don't know what's going to happen. I just have a feeling it could be a busy night with airport stuff, and I'm hoping so, and then just people just going out in general. I think today was the last day for school at all the colleges and the high schools and everything, so there, maybe there'll be some people out doing whatever. So we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I got Gig U fired up, and we are ready to go. And I'm going to start making my way towards the downtown area and see what we can find as far as a ride down there. And we're going to let this night play out and see how it goes. Worst case scenario, if it's super slow and dead, I can spend time in the airport queue and do that, or I cancel my reservation and just go home and call it a night. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Goal for tonight, $200 right up there. We'll put $200 up on the board and we'll shoot for that. I think that's going to be kind of a stretch, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Although I think my reservation for tonight is like $25. I mean, that's a pretty good, 25 right there. So that'll help out tremendously. And then we're just going to see what happens. So that's going to be the plan for tonight. I don't know, I guess I have not low expectations, but not high expectations. I'm kind of in the middle there somewhere on my expectations and how this night's going to play out. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to make the wheels turn and to get going, and that's what we're going to do right now. All right, I'll be back with updates throughout the evening on the progress of the goal and everything else that's going on. And all right, I'll kind of catch you up on what's happened. Let me catch you up on what happened this week so far. I didn't even do that. So far this week, there's my Lyft, 152. I had a very good Tuesday. And then for Uber, there's my week for Uber. Not bad. So we're doing all right. It's been a little slow. Monday was a pretty slow. $36. Tuesday was horrible. I went out Tuesday, it did one ride, and then it was like crickets. I had some pretty decent, I had two decent reservations lined up. One of them was like $45, and they canceled on me. Like 20 minutes before I got up, they canceled the reservation, and I was out. So and then the next one right after that, I had it set up perfectly, and then the one right after that, they canceled as well. And then I had basically another reservation later in the morning. I went and canceled that one. I got this one ride, and then that was it. I was done. I just turned around and went back home. Said that's it, done. Wednesday was decent. Thursday was a very good day, as you can see, for me. 144 with Lyft. That's the most activity I've done with Lyft in a while, and then 76 with Uber. But yeah, it was pretty decent day. So that catches you up on my week so far and what's been happening. Other than that, it's been kind of average, I would say. Let's see. Monday is my last day of work at my day job, and then I'm off from there until January 6th. So I am going to be doing some driving through the holidays, but we'll see how that plays out. It's kind of up in the air on what days. Tuesday next week for sure I'm driving, and I'm going to do pretty much a full day driving on that one. And then after that, I don't know what's going to happen. So it's kind of up in the air for me. So we'll see what happens. But that's kind of what's going on. All right, let me get rolling here. I'll be back. Oh, before we start doing anything, we got to do this. Almost forgot. Oh. If it's a Friday night, you got to have a Monster. Again, it never disappoints. And I'm parked right next to this McDonald's, and I'm not going to do that. Nope, not interested. McDonald's is literally right there. But I'm not interested in doing that. Even though it's a mile for $5, no. Because I don't want to wait. All right, let me get rolling here, and I'll be back, and we'll get this night started off. All right, I'll be back. All right, we got our first ride. We're going to go pick up E here, and we're going to take him downtown. It's an $11 ride, right on the mark, right where I want to go. So this is working out well. By the way, I think I've talked about it a couple times, but maybe I'll talk a little bit more about it tonight. FSD, full self-drive on the Tesla. They came out, I think it was a couple weeks ago, but they basically rolled it out to everyone that owns a Tesla, that you got full self-drive over the holidays. It ends sometime in January. There's the numbers from GigU on the ride that I'm doing. A little late, but better than ever. Anyway, it goes through January 9th. I probably, right now, I'm leaning towards picking up the subscription once this free period ends, and doing the subscription for it. It's pretty good. I will have to admit it's pretty rock solid. Again, it has some moments where it gets kind of confused and has some trouble at times with certain situations, but overall, pretty rock solid on navigating and getting to places. And I mean, for me, my purpose is being able to use it like right now, where I can talk to the camera and have the car drive for me and just kind of pay attention to what's going on. That's a game changer. I mean, it's pretty. That's pretty awesome. The crazy thing is the number of I do use it with passengers in the car, and the number of passengers that don't realize that the car is doing all the driving and that I'm not doing it. The other day I had full self-drive on. Oh, that's a good ride too. Sorry, whoever you are, but I already got one. Paying a little bit better than the Lyft ride too. Anyway, I had it on. Car was driving. They weren't paying any attention, and then I took over for the car, and I started driving, and the passenger was like, this made a comment like, it seems like you're driving differently. And I said, well, the car was driving earlier, now I'm driving. They were like, what? And I said, yeah, the car was on full self-drive. It was doing the driving and I wasn't. And they were like, wow, I didn't even know. And I said, yeah, it's pretty smooth. And it is. It's very smooth. So I'm right now, I'm about 90% sure that I'm going to pick up the subscription come January 10th and continue on with this. It is pretty awesome, and it's only going to get better as time goes on. There's supposedly the next iteration of hardware for the car, which is hardware 5, or they're calling now AI 5, That's going to be coming out sometime late next year, maybe the beginning of 2027. And that's supposed to be like where they're really going to close the gap, where these things can be just almost fully autonomous. So we'll see what happens. You know, Elon promises a lot up front. It takes him a while to deliver, but eventually he does, and it sometimes just takes longer for them to deliver than what he says. So we'll see what happens. But right now, it's pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a great convenience to have, especially just to let the car do its thing and let it get to places. It's very smooth, and it follows every rule and regulation there is as far as stops. I mean, it does a full 1.5 stop at all stop signs, and there's just no variance whatsoever. And I'm currently using it on the Hurry. It has standard, chill, Hurry, and Mad Max. I have not used Mad Max. I use it on Hurry, and it's great. It does really well. Anyway, I'm gonna go get E here and get this night started, and I will be back with more updates as the night unfolds. All right, I'll be back. All right, quick update. I don't know how many rides I'm in right now, but I did get out to the airport queue. I took a ride that went out to Natomas, and I got a ride when I was on that ride to go to the airport, and I did that. And then I was in the queue for like an hour. A bunch of flights are delayed, a lot of people, a lot of drivers, and it just took longer than I anticipated. But I got a decent ride to get out of there, and here I am right now, and now I got this 60% bonus on Lyft, this turbo going on. I've been getting some other offers, but they're going like Elk Grove or going somewhere else where I don't want to go right now. I'd like to stay down in here because it's supposed to be busy. See, I'm getting that going to Roseville. I mean, that's not bad, but I don't want to go to Roseville right now because I don't think there's anything going on in Roseville. Let's take a look. Oops. Hey, let's go back. There we go. Yeah. I mean, Roseville is not bad, but I don't think it's like here right now. At least it doesn't look like it. And out at the queue, what have they got going on? Oh, there's not a lot of cars there. And I bet you there's a lot more flights. I think that's deceiving that it says there's only 9 flights coming in between 11 and midnight. I bet you there's going to be more because a lot of them got delayed. There were a lot of delays. When I looked at the GridWise flight indicator, there was a lot of flights delayed. Like a ton. Where's that going? That's a good ride. That's a really good ride. I don't know if I want to go to Citrus Heights. Let's see if I get this. Yeah. Waited too long, but that's all right. Although, Gig, you said I shouldn't have taken that. Anyway, I think right now, as you can see, 3 rides for $42 on Lyft. And see, everything's going the way opposite direction. I don't want to go that way. I take something going towards Natomas because I probably would go back. I knew you were going to do that. Sorry, Cammy, I don't want to do that. I'd go back to the queue because I'm pretty damn sure there's going to be more flights coming in. So far, 1 with Uber. So I've done 4 rides so far since coming on at what, 8:30? Yeah. That time spent in the queue was kind of a waste. I shouldn't have done that. I should have bailed out of there. But live and learn. I don't know. Sometimes I don't follow my own rules, and then I go, I should have done that. Yeah, I know. It's frustrating at times. And here I'm talking about going back. Where's that going? No. I've been getting a bunch of reservations too for tomorrow morning, but unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do it because they're all like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be asleep. So that isn't going to work out. And I am 9 rides away from getting that $40 EV bonus with Lyft, which I wouldn't mind getting. But that's where we are right now. As expected, kind of a weird, slowish night. Obviously, I've only done 4 rides. Take away an hour, though. Again, still slow. The goal tonight's going to be tough. I know I'm gonna come up short, but I'll do my best. I'm gonna do my best. All right, that's where I stand right now. I'll be back here in a little bit with another update and see if things change. I'll do that one. That's getting me down a little further into the grid. So that's where I'm at right now. All right, I'll be back. All right, well, that's a wrap. I took a ride from downtown out here to El Dorado Hills. As you can see on the screen, I am pretty deep right now. Here, I'll even zoom out a little bit. Right there. Downtown Folsom's right down there where the little bit of heat is on the map. Anyways, $30+ ride, and everything I was getting, it was just, everything was going out of town. There was really not a lot of stuff, and the stuff that was in town were like little $3 rides, and I wasn't interested in that. There wasn't a lot of people downtown right now, so I was like, you know what, I'm killing it, and call it a night. I canceled my reservation at 2:00, so that's been canceled, and it's gonna do it for me. 3 for $42 with Lyft, and let's see what I did over with Uber. 3 for $53. Again, hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have went to the queue. I don't know. I think I still would have gotten a bunch of the crappy little rides in town tonight. But yeah, it's the way it goes. It's just one of those nights. You're going to have winners, you're going to have losers. Tonight was kind of a loser night. And big time short on the goal, which will update the total right here. But yeah, that's going to do it. I will be back out tomorrow night. I don't think I'm going to record tomorrow night, but we'll see. If I do, you'll know. But next week, back at it again. Like I said, I'll be driving Monday morning, Tuesday, pretty much all day. And then I'll wait and see what happens after Christmas and stuff, whether I'm going to be in town or not. I may or may not be. If I am in town, then I'll record some of the driving, because of course I'll be driving, because I won't be working on my day job. Anyway, all right, that's going to do it for me on a very lackluster Friday night, but that's the way it goes. All right, let's go, car. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. And if this video will come out after Christmas, so I hope everyone has a great Christmas, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, thanks.